Hey, Sagittarius, Intuitive Soul Coach here with your August 2024 monthly reading. Welcome back to my channel if you're returning, and welcome if you're new. If you're interested in a personal reading, signing up for the monthly newsletter, or entering into the free reading giveaway, you can find all of that information in the description box below the video. All right, welcome, Sag. Bottom of the deck, we do have conflict resolution. This reminds me of the five in tarot, Five of Swords, Five of Cups, Five of Wands, even the Five of Pentacles, but transitioning into that sixth energy. So there may be change, there may be uncertainty or conflict, but you are moving towards overcoming those obstacles, decluttering, detoxing. We have retrograde showing up in the month of August, and I feel like retrogrades are such a powerful time to really reprioritize what's working in our lives, what's not, what do we need to focus on that we're not seeing with the Two of Swords. You actually have the detox card as one of your main themes, and there's the Five of Wands. So we do see a five showing up here, and this is about friction, right? You're feeling a little bit of friction this month, but there is an opportunity to change that. You have the Judgment, big major arcana with the Lovers. You also have trust as one of your key themes, and flexibility. There's a new beginning coming in for you if you allow it, if you embrace it, or if you want it. Now, one of your other key themes, Sagittarius, is flexibility. Flexibility within the mind, flexibility within the body. There may be a divine detour showing up here for you. I feel like there is a detour, or there is a new doorway opening up for you to approach things from a new perspective or a new angle, or maybe even physically. You could be moving, relocating, or traveling. Oh, okay. It feels like you're getting back to a place of making choices that don't haunt you, or making choices that are more balanced. Okay, so in the past, you may have made a choice in career, in love, in health that didn't lead to the best possible outcome. That's okay. Try not to judge, right? Try not to hang on to regrets or should haves or would haves, because we all make choices that help us grow, evolve, and learn. And I feel for you, Sagittarius, there's a new opportunity here for you. Okay, we have Eros showing up, which is interesting. There's another sign that also received Eros. It may have been Leo or Virgo. Maybe some of you have those placements in your chart. It could be because we're in Leo and Virgo season. That's what's showing up in August. But let's dive into your reading here, Sag. We have the detox card right off the bat. Some of you may be focused on your health, your wellness, your nutrition. This can be eliminating toxicity from your life in any forms. Whatever this Five of Wands is that is centrally located in your reading, whatever is causing you conflict, it could even be what you're eating, right? Perhaps you are cutting out gluten, cutting out dairy, cutting out substances or alcohol or sugars or whatever it is. It could be people who admonish you, people who are not supporting you in some way, shape, or form, or they use you. I feel like some of you are dealing with a person who could be using or could be very selfish. Okay, there may be someone in your life who's selfish or maybe untrustworthy, and I feel like you are omitting or getting rid of the things that are detrimental to your health, to your well-being. I feel like this is a big energy, so it could be a food, it could be a person, it could be a job, it can be anything. You are working on finding ways to reduce your stress, reduce your anxiety, or if you're able to cut it out altogether, you are. This is also about getting back to a sense of healthy body, healthy mind. I am getting the mind here showing up. With the Two of Swords, yeah, that makes sense, because this is about making a decision and sticking to it instead of overthinking the heck out of it and you just go in circles and in circles, right? Should I, shouldn't I? You may feel like you don't have enough information, you don't have the facts to make a decision. Should I really cut gluten out of my diet? Maybe it's good for me, right? I feel like you may be going into a time where it's important to listen to your intuition. All right, it's important to listen to your intuition here, Sagittarius, or listen to your heart to lead you and guide you, because I feel like there is a new beginning that wants to come in, but it requires you to make the choice, right? Maybe even on a conscious level, just to allow yourself, maybe the choice is to receive the abundance, the opportunity, and to be flexible with how it comes in. Okay, this is about cleanse. Some of you may even be going on a bit of a cleanse, or your diet is changing in some way, shape, or form. You're releasing things from your diet or your life. I feel like this detox is more of a holistic approach to what's not working. And you're prepping and getting ready to move into Virgo season strong and solid, right? Virgo season comes into effect around August 23rd, towards the end of the month. And I feel like some of you have got off track, or you have maybe partook in some indulgences that haven't left you feeling the best, right? Body, mind, soul. I also see that there could be an opportunity to take a class or to learn about nutrition. Maybe you're taking a new supplement here, or you're taking some new medication. I also feel some of you may be thinking about juicing or going on a juice cleanse. Maybe you're drinking celery juice, or you have a juicer that has been sitting in the cupboard for months and months and you haven't used it. I feel like you are incorporating more colors of the rainbow into your life. And that could be more than just fruits and vegetables. Some of you, it's as if you've been living in black and white. And I feel like color is needed. And Leo season reminds us to play, to have fun, to open ourselves up to adventure, to meet new people, to embrace the inner child, and to have fun. All right, next up we have trust. This is taking a leap of faith, Sag. You may have been sitting on the fence around a situation or around a choice, because we do have the Lover showing up here. And the reason why you're sitting on the fence is because a choice has been made and you may be going back on this choice, or you're not sure if you made the right decision, or you wish you would have made a different choice back then. But we can't let fear, false evidence appearing real, hold us back from creating a new reality for ourselves, because the choice that you made then was exactly maybe what you needed at that time, what you needed to learn, or, you know, what you were feeling at that time, what you were guided to do. And I feel like Spirit is saying, don't allow the choices of the past to haunt you, because you have a new opportunity to come into alignment right here, right now. There's a new choice that can be quite euphoric if you allow it, but it may require you to separate or let go of whatever this energy is, whatever this conflict is, Five of Wands, whatever is causing you friction, people, place, thing, food, energy, environment, whatever it is, right? Separate from it and trust that you're able to take a leap of faith towards a new beginning, because some of you have missed out on these opportunities because of not wanting to make the wrong choice, or because of too much friction or tension. Some of you, this also has to do with going in blindly, and you don't like that. You don't want to go in blindly, but that's why you're asked to trust here and not overthink a choice, even if you're not quite sure if you have all the information, because the thoughts can consume us. And I just said this in another reading. I had read about the mind, and I really like this analogy, so I'm going to share it with you. The brain is the size, of a grapefruit. And if we look at the juicy part of the grapefruit as our feelings, and we look at the rind of the grapefruit as our thoughts, right? We can get consumed within our thoughts if we allow our feelings, right? So we have the feelings here as well. If we allow our feelings to be unresolved or we don't deal with them, because what throws us out of alignment is when the feelings and the thoughts are going in two different directions, right? And we feel that ambiguity. And that's what's happening here with the Two of Swords. So there's some sort of possibly unresolved feelings or emotions that you are meant to look at, deal with, heal, and move forward in the month of August. And with retrograde upon us, sometimes those past issues can come up, right? It can be triggers from the past. It can be stuff that we are meant to look at right here, right now, because this is a crossroads. This is a crossroads in your life, Sagittarius. And I feel like you don't want to keep going on the path that you're on because it feels like there's risk, senseless risk, not necessary risk, right? But it feels senseless, or it feels like you're off track. It almost feels like a train wreck type of energy when this Knight of Wands shows up in reverse. This can be reckless, very in and out, very inconsistent, right? It can be wanting to feel healthier, but we only juice on Monday, and Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, we eat pizza and garbage and junk food, right? I feel like it's not doing your body any good. It feels senseless. Why are we even juicing on Monday if the rest of the days? So I feel like there needs to be balance here. And it doesn't mean that you can't find that balance within still eating certain things that you enjoy, but you could switch up the recipe, or you could, you're going to start to get a taste for the things that are healthy and take that into any area of your life. It doesn't have to be food, right? But for some of you it is. Now we have flexibility. Well, let's go back to the trust here, because there is something here about possibly secrets, okay, or not seeing the truth, or not seeing that there is a choice someone is making, a judgment call that needs to be made because of some sort of truth. This has to do with fidelity, honesty, secrets, commitments, where your commitments lie. This is about what you are loyal to and who is loyal to you in return. I'm getting that energy for you, Sag, and I really don't want to feel this for you, but I feel like there's someone on the outside of your energy here that isn't as loyal to you as you are them. And it may cause a little bit of that tug of war. And perhaps you keep telling yourself that, oh, that person's loyal, or they have my best interest at heart, or they do want the best for me, or they care for me. And I just feel with the Two of Swords, you could be in denial, or you may feel like someone is committing to you, but the Knight of Wands can be a player energy. It can be inconsistent. It can be someone not keeping their word. It can be making excuses for someone and basically enabling them to continue with that behavior. Okay. And take it, roles could be reversed. Take it as it resonates. But I feel like there's honesty, there's truth, and there's an important conversation coming up in the near future. We do have flexibility showing up. Flexibility is change. It's divine detours. It is adaptability as well. Adapting to a new way of being, a new way of thinking. We are constantly changing and evolving. That is the only constant in life, is change. Nothing ever stays the same. We don't stay 31 forever, right? We don't rarely stay, in the home that we grew up in, right? We move, we graduate, we move on, we move, we may have many different jobs. We may have many different relationships. We may go to school and alter the course. There's constant change and divine detours that take shape. And you've learned to adapt to the change, but some of you have resisted it. And I feel like there's a point now in your life, Sag, where you're coming up to this crossroads, and Spirit is saying it's time. It's time for this change because you've outgrown this situation, or the energy that it's taken on is no longer of service to your higher self, to your soul, to your purpose here on earth. So embrace the change at hand because you've done it a million times before. This can also be about the body, I am getting a lot of health and body for you, Sag. Yoga could be beneficial. Some of you, chiropractic work, massage work. I also see some of you could be in maybe extreme sports such as rock climbing or mountain climbing. Some of you may partake in activities that really enhance your muscles, or it may feel like you are twisting and turning, right? Or you could be embarking upon a new journey that will alter your muscles. Your muscles will take shape in a new way. So maybe this is some new cardio or new walking or, squats or whatever it is for you. It could be an exercise routine, or it could be a sports that you're partaking in, or something you're doing that does have you using muscles that maybe you haven't used in quite some time. But I also feel like the message here is saying expand. Don't be afraid to expand, because what happens when you are 8 years old and you have a growth spurt and you're wearing the shoes that you wore when you were 5 years old, right? Your shoe is going to be like Cinderella, flip right off of you because it's so tight, and it's going to cause blisters and it's going to be painful. But when we allow ourselves to, step into that right size shoe, because we're constantly outgrowing, and I feel like you are ready. You're ready for this. Even though there could be a little bit of fear, you're ready. Now, bottom of the deck, you have conflict, you have inner child, you have breakthrough. Sagittarius, you are on the cusp of something quite transformational. Can you feel it? I know you can. This is about discovery, purpose, realization, epiphanies, and advancement. This is a moment of truth for you. And the moment of truth is going to help you overcome some of the obstacles that you have faced. This is about triggers, opposing views, adversity, competition, right? I feel like a lot of you have even partook in more, I don't want to say drama, but you've partook in more of that 5 energy, which again, 5s in tarot can be change, conflict, uncertainty, obstacles. You've partook in more 5 energy than you would like or care to admit, okay? But I feel like some of you are or were working on healing that wounded inner child, that little boy or that little girl within you, right? That just wants love. That's all we all want, is just a little bit of love. And I feel like you are embracing and loving the parts of yourself that maybe you didn't receive as a child. Okay, or this is doing things that bring you more playfulness. And this is that strong Leo energy as well. That playfulness, that laughter. It's enthusiasm and happiness and innocence and fun and joy and magic. And for some of you, you haven't been able to feel that for quite some time because you were staying in a situation that you've outgrown and you knew it. I feel like your heart knew it, but the head was saying, I gotta stay, I gotta stay, I gotta stay. Now it's time for you to make a judgment call. Do you have to stay in this energy? The choice is yours. And I feel if you want to embrace more of this happiness, more of this abundance, you have that opportunity to do so, because the breakthrough is showing up at the bottom of the deck. It's bubbling up to the surface. And I feel like that's what the judgment call is for you. So starting off with the tarot, we do have the Knight of Wands in reverse, followed by that Two of Swords. So it can feel senseless. Some of you, that's what is leading you, right? I'm getting like the blind leading the blind here. And it may feel senseless to take this risk, or it may feel senseless to keep doing what you're doing, right? Why are we doing that? Why am I even putting in the effort towards this diet if I'm only doing it on Monday? And I feel like it's almost as if there's an all or nothing. No more halving it, right? No more going 50% or no more 1 foot in, 1 foot out. I feel like it requires you to go all in. And that's what this choice could be, because what it means when we're halving it, right? 50% over here, 50% over here. It keeps us in that Two of Swords energy. It keeps us riding the fence and in that ambiguous type of energy where we don't fully allow that happiness or that abundance or good health or whatever it is that you want to come in, because you're still over here, right? And you may be straddling the fence. And I feel like this is, yes, a difficult decision, but don't overthink it, because you have the Lovers here. And the Lovers is about separating. It's showing up in reverse. So separating your energy from anything that's unrequited, anything that no longer brings your heart happiness and joy. If it is showing up as a block towards your heart's desire, I feel like you're getting right within your thoughts, just like that grapefruit analogy, right? The thoughts and the feelings, when they come together, when they're both on the same page, that's alignment, that's integrity. And for some of you, you felt out of integrity, out of alignment, and it may be because of the situation of the past that's held you back. And I feel because you have the Five of Wands here, there's been conflict, there's been friction, because it was going in two different directions. Should I, shouldn't I? Why is this so hard? Why is there resistance? Why am I in all this 5, 5, 5, 5 energy? Here's the Judgment. This is an earned reward. And for some of you, you thought that you earned a negative consequence, right? You thought that, you have these consequences. Yeah, and there may have been a negative consequence for a judgment call that was made in the past, for a choice that was made in the past. But you're no longer in the past here, Sagittarius. You have the opportunity to choose differently. And some of you are very stuck in that feeling of unresolved feeling or thoughts that hold you back, that don't allow you to come together with what it is that you truly desire. But I feel like you are making a choice to have that breakthrough. There is a choice here, and this judgment call is in the upright. This is an earned reward, because you're not giving up on yourself. You're not giving up on your dream, whatever that may be for you. And what do we have as the outcome? We have the Ace of Coins. And at first, I'm getting a little bit of, do I want this? Can I have this? Is this a gift? Am I going to open this gift? Or maybe someone else should have this gift. I still feel like you may be undecided. But because we have the breakthrough bubbling up underneath the energies here, this is what you're going to choose. You're going to choose to embrace that child within, that laughter, that joy, that enthusiasm. Right? And I feel like a lot of you, this is believing in magic or believing in your dreams. It's hope, it's inspiration. You felt like you missed out on opportunities in the past, and maybe you have, but there's an opportunity showing up right here, right now. And the choice is yours if you allow it. There's two parts of this, right? Asking for and receiving. Ask and you shall receive, but you have to be open to receiving that gift, because sometimes we push away the gift. Sometimes we reject it. We deny it. We're not ready for it. We don't believe in it. We tell ourselves we're not worthy of it, or it's not for us, it's for someone else. This gift is showing up for you, but it does require you to cut things out or separate from any unrequited energy or anything that is causing conflict or disarray or misalignment. Okay, let's look at career, money, finances, and wealth. We have the ornaments card, the hand, and the chess. I definitely see some of you Sagittarians may have some Gemini, Libra, Aquarian placements. You may have some strong air placements. You have the chess card, which can be logic. It can be rationalizing things. Some of you may even have military in your background. We have military, we have leader. Some of you, there could be a lot of stress from taking on a lot of responsibilities. And I also see you thinking through major decisions in your career. Now, this is about strategizing. You are someone who does strategize. You're very wise with your money, with your thoughts. And sometimes it may feel like you take unnecessary risks or senseless risks. Sometimes it's, it pays off. Sometimes it doesn't. I almost feel like some of you, you roll the dice sometimes, right? Roll the die. You got to take a gamble. But because maybe some of those gambles have turned out to land in the 5, right? Maybe you rolled the 5 numerous times and there's been conflict because of it. I feel like that's why you've really been sitting on the fence about this. But you are a natural born leader, Sagittarius. You are someone who's here for the long term, the long game. You're very wise. You have the ability to teach, the ability to lead, whatever that may be for you. And I also see a lot of you are healers. This is my healing hands. You have the ability to manifest money. And I feel like there is a new opportunity here. You see all the dollar signs or whatever currency you are. You see all the dollar signs on this Ace of Pentacles. So for some of you, there is a new opportunity for abundance. This is unlimited potential in abundance. It can be financial assistance, reaching goals, manifesting new opportunities, new money. This can also be hands-on work. Maybe some of you are getting help with a job. I'm also getting, it's okay to learn as you go. You don't have to have all of the pieces right here in front of you, Sag, in order to make that move. You can learn as you go as well, because that's sometimes when we learn the best, because we're in the present. And that also requires a level of trust. A level of trust showing up here, taking that leap of faith and knowing that if you're honest with yourself and you get a good, honest assessment of the situation and you commit fully, right? No halving it. If you commit fully to this path, I feel like you will be very successful, because we do have the ornaments card. Now, typically this is my December, but it can be by the next holiday. It can be extra money. I feel like by the end of the year, you're going to see a mature investment has multiplied, or you're going to celebrate your success. This can be a lot of money that you've saved up by the end of the year. Some of you may work in retail. You may work in beauty. This could be finish work. You may even decide to retire. Okay, you may decide to retire, but the ornaments as your outcome is really beautiful, because I feel like you will come out on top. If this is a career choice or situation, yes, there may have been a conflict. There may have been choices that you've made in your career that you kind of went back on, or you were hesitating or questioning, but there's a judgment being made here. And this is about letting go of regrets. It is a rite of passage to change your life for the better. And I feel like there is a second chance here. I'm also getting, because we have the judgment, this could be during Scorpio season. And Scorpio season can be November, and I am getting November, December. There's something quite lucrative, quite profound that is transforming. And yes, August is a big month where this may open up to you, but you may be in a completely different financial space by the end of the year. And speaking of, let's look at timing. We have September, beautiful, and we also have January. Okay, so January of 2025, but I'm also getting last January. There may have been some changes in the workplace, or changes within the construct of how you do business, or within your business. But I feel January 2025 is really looking up. It's the color yellow, which is solar plexus, and that's confidence, that's self-empowerment. It feels really good during that time here. And you may be thinking, Mel, that's way far away. I want it now. Well, of course we do, but we have September showing up, and that's right around the corner. So Virgo season into Libran season is going to be transformative. This could be when something new starts. Maybe it's when you kick it off the ground, or when this judgment call is made that actually leads you into, again, September, November, December, and January. So the next 6 months for you are going to be pivotal. It's all showing up here back to back. So you could be moving, you could be relocating. Some of you, there's flexibility. You could be weeding out, right? Weeding out what doesn't work, pulling the weeds, because they may be suffocating what really wants to grow. And it's not going to take place overnight, right? It's not going to take place overnight, but I feel like you are going to make some new choices that put you on this path of abundance. This is long-term growth as well. For some of you, it's been like a year, because Ace of Coins can be a year benchmark. So perhaps you felt stuck, or you've been in a position, or maybe you've been out of work. There's something about the last year. So maybe January 2024 to January 2025, or you come up to some sort of year, and it's going to be a breakthrough. I also see for those of you that have been in a place of employment, you could be coming up to maybe a yearly review or a promotion. This is good though, flexibility. It can be adapting to a new role even, or a new responsibility. Some of you, you don't want the responsibility. I feel like you want to retire, or you want to work smarter, not harder. I mean, who doesn't, right? Let's see what we have here. We have entrepreneur. A lot of you are entrepreneurs, business owners. Sagittarius, this could be you starting a new path here in the month of, well, right now, August, right? That actually by January you see, or December into January, you see the fruits of the labor really taking off. So start now, because the time's going to pass anyway, regardless. And even if it requires a little bit of time, I feel like you're moving in the right direction, because you have the compass. You have this ability to trust your true north, and that's what's showing up here for you. And we also have paying bills. Yeah, some of you are looking at bills. You can see that he's pulling out plenty of money from his wallet. So there could be a bill that shows up, but you're going to have enough. Some of you are able to pay off a bill is what I'm getting. So this could be, a mortgage. It could be a loan. That may be a dream of yours, to pay something off. Maybe it's credit card debt. It could be student loans. Yeah, you're paying off debt here, and you're going to see extra money coming in, or an increase to your income. And it's been challenging potentially when it comes to finances or career, but I feel like there's some new choices here. Trust, take this leap of faith, and a breakthrough is upon you. You're on the precipice of some big change. All right, let's look at love. What's going on here for Sagittarius? For love, we have love yourself first. For those of you that are coming out of a difficult relationship, or things have been rocky, or you're in a situationship, I feel like you are separating from this energy. The Lovers in reverse can be a divorce. It can be unrequited love. It can also be trust issues, disharmony, out of alignment. It can be indecisive about how you feel about the situation. There may be a lot of friction, a lot of conflict. And I do see here stepping back and loving yourself first, choosing you, because it says your self-respect makes you more romantically attractive. And some of you, you have been really riding that fence of, can I commit, or is this person going to commit? Can I have a new beginning? Can I allow them to have a second chance here? And because we have the breakthrough and we have conflict resolution, you are going to make a choice that's in your highest good, whether it is giving someone another chance. I feel if you do decide to move forward with someone, it will be based in complete and utter honesty. Complete and utter honesty. Someone may need to work on rebuilding trust. Trust may have been broken in some way, shape, or form. There may have been secrets. Loyalties could have been tested. There may have been infidelity of some sort. For others of you, the judgment is being made and you are moving on a new path. Ace of Pentacles. You're moving on a new path because things have been very difficult and you've been riding the fence for too long, and you're just going in a new direction without someone. Some of you are married, wedding. This may involve marriage. Okay, for those of you that may be happily married, I feel like some of you may be facing some financial changes or a new career change. Some of you may be wanting to retire, or it could be even going part-time, doing something on the side, building up a business, maybe even going into entrepreneurship or owning a business with your spouse. And then I also have make the effort. So for those of you that are single and you're looking for love, there's an opportunity here for you to release the past, for you to release karmic cycles, let go of regrets. This is a second chance at love, but you have to make the effort because the Ace of Pentacles is tangible. It's physical. How can you open yourself up to love? How can you trust that love is available? It says, great love is worth taking the steps you are guided to take. So I do see here going out and having fun, right? Embracing your childhood side or embracing your playful side. Go out and do things that excite you. Go on dates, right? Maybe go online or hook up with someone that you wanted to go see a movie with, right? And I don't mean hook up with someone, I mean, unless you want, but I feel like it's important to have fun instead of worrying so much about where something is going to go. Okay, we don't have to label it on the first date. We don't even have to talk about, all the in-depth stuff. And some of you can, but I feel like the point being is just have fun. It shouldn't be like a job interview. It should be playful and getting to know each other and if your energies mesh or not. Because when you go into a date, and it feels like a job interview, it can be very anxiety. There can be, not our truest self comes to the surface because we're worried. We're worried about our impression or if this is going to be our forever. But Spirit is saying, save that for another day. Just have fun, play, be curious about each other. Allow your inner innocence to come through and just be happy, be in the moment. Bring in that joy and that fun and that sunshine because that's what Leo energy is all about. All right. What else do we have here for you, Sagittarius? I feel like I've called you Capricorn. Maybe, maybe not. Sag, we do have Eros showing up. Some of you may have Capricorn in your chart, but I'm also getting with this Eros energy. Some of you, this is sensuality, right? It is about love as desire. It's eroticism. And you can actually see the diamond is in the lips there. So there's something about pressure, feeling pressurized or feeling sensual. Some of you, there may have been issues around intimacy. It says, though Eros can be depicted as unbridled sexuality and eroticism, a more contemplative understanding of this archetypal energy leads us to the root of desire itself. What do we long for? Why are we awakened by love? What makes us hesitate in the face of intimacy? Eros reconnects us with the primal longing to merge with another human being or nature, maybe music or art, plants, food, or anything that we perceive we are separate from. Eros allows us to momentarily unite. Our heart embraces the otherness, and in doing so, we further understand our own. Our life force awakens. This card reveals an inevitable initiation into love's labyrinth. Oh, you guys can't make that up. There's the Lovers. The Judgment is the initiation. The new beginning is the Ace of Pentacles. You are waking up. Your life force is awakening. Some of you are falling in love. Some of you are rejoining life. Remember that rainbow of colors that we talked about? If you've been black and white, which is interesting because that's what's showing up on the card, black and white, I feel like life is opening up in an array of new opportunities and new colors for you to explore. This card reveals an inevitable initiation into love's labyrinth. You may find yourself swirling in a new territory of desire and sensuality. Explore the labyrinth with a curious and honest heart. There's that childlike that we talked about, and there's the trust, the honesty. And remember, through the way is circuitous. You are always being led toward its center. This is showing up as passion, playfulness, and sexual health. When it's showing up as the dark, this can be madness, projection, obsession, and even sexual dysfunction. If you want to go deeper, explore Love Sonnet by Pablo Neruda or Basket of Figs by Ellen Bass. I'm not sure if those are songs or if those are books or movies, but if you want to go deeper in this Eros energy, check them out. Plato reminds us that Eros can be experienced as platonic love. It is activated when we witness beauty and truth in the world, when our barriers soften. The Hindu goddess Lalita, she who plays, can help activate Eros energy. She is also known as Kameshvari, the Empress of Desire. So some of you are going through what is called a Kundalini awakening. It's an awakening here that does activate that sacral chakra as well, which can be your passion, your desires. It doesn't have to be just sex, right? It can be platonic. It can be love. It can be desire for food again. It can be a desire to open yourself up to travel, new experiences, and a zest for life. Because some of you haven't felt that for quite some time because maybe riding that fence, or you've been in that 5 energy of obstacles, maybe health issues. Maybe there has been situations around betrayal or mistrust, misplaced loyalties, or you have felt used and abused in the past. This is about you reopening. And the diamond in itself, how are diamonds formed, right? They are formed deep, deep in the swells of the earth, through pressure and through darkness. And I feel like you are reaching in and you are finding that buried treasure within yourself. That diamond is here. It has been formed. Judgment Day is here. And I feel like there is a call for you to embrace this new opportunity in the physical world that could lead you and bring you into a place of love, abundance, happiness, joy, and freedom. That is what I have for you, Capricorn. Last but not least, what else do we have for health? Okay, health. Some of you, I'm getting arthritic hands, or some of you have arthritic joints or arthritic joints. Okay, you may be taking supplements for arthritis, or taking, they're showing me some sort of cream. I'm also getting, because sacral chakra is showing up, this could be testosterone levels, estrogen levels, sacral chakra, which is about 2 inches below the navel. And for both female and male, it can be our sex organs. It can be lower back region as well. So some of you, perhaps endometriosis, it can be cysts on the ovaries, it can be colonoscopies, things of that nature. You may be getting checked out or looked at in the month of August. I also see with flexibility, this has to do with the back. It has to do with your vertebrae. There's something with vertebrae. So just be mindful of pulled muscles, nerves. I'm getting tension in the neck, tension in the back. So work with a chiropractor, a massage therapist. Some of you are getting realigned in some way, shape, or form. Okay, realignment. I'm also seeing with the inner child, emotionally and mentally, you could be working on some wounding of the past and loving yourself. There's an energy here of acceptance and unconditional love for the self. So you're working on those facets of maybe your personality or your archetype that have struggled, the wounded child, right? I feel like you're working on that. What else do we have for health? The eyes. This could be a really good month to go in and get your eyesight checked. If you've been having any tension on maybe the head region, the ears as well. The ears and the eyes are both covered by this blindfold. And I feel like maybe a hearing test, eyes, maybe ear, nose, throat specialist could be coming in. And then also the heart. So be mindful of anxiety, heart palpitations, anything with the heart area. But for a lot of you, this is forgiveness, right? It's forgiveness of self, forgiveness of others. It can be healing the wounds of the heart and freeing yourself, where instead of feeling like an elephant is sitting on your chest, there's an expansion here and the breath is bigger. So breath work could be very significant for some of you Sagittarians out there. that is what I have for you. I hope it resonates. If so, please hit that thumbs up button. It certainly helps get the divine channeled messages out there to those that need it most. Thank you so very much, Sag, for being here and tuning in. Lots of love.